One day, I'm standing there in the hallway. Jeff Dahmer runs up to me, and he puts his head on my chest. And I'm like, hey, what are you doing? What's going on? And then he stands up in a straight manner, and he says, I wanted to hear what your heart sounds like.
I don't know why it started. I don't have any definite answers for that myself. It's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. When I was a little kid, I was just like anybody else.
I think we're fascinated by Dahmer's childhood because it was a more normal childhood. He had a family around him. He had a nice home. How could someone possibly do the things he did? What happened?
Everything that we know about Jeffrey Dahmer's crimes, we know because of his confession.
The killing was a means to an end. I just wanted to have the person under my complete control, being able to keep them there as long as I wanted.
There was a desire on his part to just unburden himself of all this information. Dahmer really was telling his own life story.
I trained myself to view people as objects of potential pleasure instead of seeing them as complete human beings. Using about 5 pills usually rendered them unconscious for about 4 hours.
And I got really dizzy. He was staring at me in a way that was scary. It was almost like he was waiting for something to happen. And the last thing I saw was the floor and his shoes. It was sheer terror.
He drilled a hole into the skull and inserted acid. So he's experimenting to try to find a procedure to make a living, compliant sex partner.
It was a craving, a hunger. It saved the heart, the biceps.
He told me the guy had body parts in his freezer, and the body parts were cut in little squares like hamburger patties. You saw the head on the bottom shelf with the eyes and mouth wide open.
The numbers start growing and growing and growing. These thoughts are very powerful, very destructive, and they do not leave.